There's a place in the multiverse where Bruce Wayne finally breaks, where his mind fractures under the weight of loss, and the Joker's madness seeps into his very soul. That's where he was born, the King Batman who laughs, a ruler of chaos forged from the mind of a detective and the heart of a killer. Today, I'll take you behind the scenes of my sculpt, a piece that reimagines the Batman who laughs in his most powerful form, crowned, armored, and consumed by darkness. And at the end, you'll see the final composition, where all that madness comes together. But first, let's go back to the very beginning. Like every journey, this one started simple, with a base mesh in Zbrush. I began blocking out the anatomy first. Not the armor, not the accessories, just the raw body underneath. Because before you can build a monster, you have to understand the man that used to exist. The proportions were crucial here. The pose had to scream power and madness at the same time. He's not just standing, he's commanding. 1 foot forward, arms open wide, like he's embracing the chaos he created. I kept the anatomy realistic, muscular but not exaggerated. A man twisted by transformation, not born from it. Once the base shape felt solid, I moved on to the real identity of this character, the armor. The armor was the most time-consuming part, layer after layer of metallic plates, all meant to feel ancient, ceremonial, but also deadly. I started with the chest plate, inspired by medieval designs, but adapted to Batman's aesthetic. Hard edges, sharp forms, and a mix of gold and tarnished metal. The chest armor has these engraved ridges that resemble the bat symbol, subtle, hidden beneath layers of war-torn steel. The belt and waist pieces were sculpted next. They anchor the whole design visually. I wanted the shapes to flow downward, leading the viewer's eye toward the legs and cape. Each part was dynameshed and refined with trim dynamic, H-polish, and damn standard brushes to give that battle-worn, scraped texture that feels believable. The shoulder guards are large and imposing, built like the crown of a dark monarch. Notice the circular metal orbs near his collar? Those were designed to reflect light dramatically, to pull attention to his upper body. Then came the arms, not mechanical, but human, wrapped in worn leather gloves and bracers. I added bandage details using alphas and noise modifiers to make them feel aged and gritty, like a reminder of battles long lost. Each surface tells a story. Scratches, dents, chipped metal. This is armor that's seen wars across worlds. After the armor, I moved to one of the most expressive elements, the cape. The cape is sculpted in layers, flowing with a heavy, almost liquid motion. I wanted it to look weighty, not soft or cinematic, but dense, like something ancient and cursed. Using move and cloth brush, I shaped the folds to direct the viewer's eye toward the center of the model, to his chest and face. The texture was done manually, with custom brushes and surface noise to simulate old leather and dust. This cape isn't just fabric, it's like an extension of his presence. When you look at him, the cape feels alive, moving even in stillness. Now for the part that defines him, the face and the crown. The King Batman who laughs wears his madness like a crown. Literally. It's not just metal, it's symbolic. Jagged spikes extending like a twisted halo. The sculpt started from the standard Batman cowl shape. I stretched and fractured it, opening the jaw area to expose that haunting grin. His mouth exaggerated, torn open in laughter. I wanted that to feel unsettlingly human, so I spent hours refining the lips, gums, and teeth. The crown was modeled separately. I used Z-Modeler to block the geometry, then detailed it with trim dynamic and orb cracks brushes to add weathering and edge damage. Under lighting, I made sure the mouth catches the red tones, a symbol of corruption, while the crown and mask stay dark and metallic. He's laughing, but not with joy. It's a scream of control, a king who found freedom in insanity. In his right hand, he holds a spiked mace. Not clean, not polished, just raw brutality in metal form. I sculpted it using a combination of primitives and custom IMM brushes for the spikes, then wrapped the handle in cloth using curve alphas. The chain connecting to his arm was added later, symbolizing control and dominance. Each link was sculpted individually to maintain realism. I gave them slight variations and bends to catch light naturally. Chains always add motion, and here they do more. They tell a story. This is a king who enslaves chaos itself. When the sculpt was done, I adjusted the final pose. The goal was balance, an arched back, open arms, a triumphant, yet insane posture. The pose says everything. I've won, but at what cost? The boots and leg armor were finalized next, with layered plating and asymmetrical details for realism. I added subtle wear and tear with the slash and surface noise tools to make it all cohesive. At this point, the sculpt was finished, but the story wasn't. For the final renders, I moved everything into Photoshop. The goal wasn't just realism, it was atmosphere. I rendered several passes from Zbrush: light, shadow, depth, ambient occlusion, and then composited them to create that cinematic contrast. The background is pure black to isolate him like he's standing in the void, alone, yet all-powerful. To bring life to the scene, I added subtle color grading, green reflections on the armor, red on the face, and cold highlights on the crown. Finally, I added environmental details, the moss-covered rocks beneath his feet, faint particles in the air, to make the setting feel grounded, like he's standing atop a corrupted mountain. Every element, from sculpt to render, was designed to serve one emotion: power born from madness. This sculpt took weeks of work. Every hour, every brushstroke pushing closer to this final vision. It's more than just a 3D model. It's a story. A look at what happens when a hero becomes his own nightmare. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of the King Batman Who Laughs. And don't forget to wait till the very end for the full render reveal.
carved a god from the shadows grin, metal and madness beneath my skin. He laughs in silence, I made him sing. Long live the broken king.
Started with a ghost, a hollow face, sculpted pain where the light won't chase. Every stroke a screaming clay. The hero died, I let him decay. Steel in his chest and void in his veins. I polished the cracks, I painted the pain from crown to chain. His story bleeds, a throne of dust, a god that feeds. He laughs when the world stops breathing. He reigns where the night keeps bleeding. I built the dark, I gave it wings. I made a king of broken things. Clay turns to flesh, flesh turns to fear. I heard his voice whisper in my ear. You're not the maker, you're the made. Your hands are bound in the art you create. I gave him armor, I gave him breath, I gave him laughter that mocks his death. Chains that pull yet set him free. A crown forged out of insanity. And I can't look away. I shaped his soul from my own decay. In every scar, in every scream, he's the shadow of my dream. In Zbrush dreams, the madness grows. Every render, another soul. In Photoshop light, I stitched his skin. I let the darkness crawl back in. He's not a sculpt, he's confessions art. A mirror born from a twisted heart. And when the laughter fills the void, I realize I'm the one destroyed. He laughs when the world stops breathing. He reigns while the night keeps bleeding. I built the crown, I forged the rings. I made the king who laughs and sings. He laughs and I fall apart. I gotta ruin a work of art. He's the echo my hands can't kill. He laughs and I sculpt him still. Long live the king, the one who laughs in silence, rap drill.